effectively stay consistent with your offensive flow and defensively stay engaged in the process? Is that one of the most complete games you guys have had all season?
I thought we were pretty good on both sides of the ball, with the exception of rebounding on defense. We didn't rebound the ball well, and then we turned it over a little too much on offense. But other than those two things, I thought we did a pretty good job.
And when you're talking about a team that coughs the ball up a bit but is able to execute at that level, does that kind of neutralize the impact of those turnovers?
Well, they're really efficient in scoring in the paint. This year, actually, they're a little down than normal, but they're good shooting the ball from three, scoring in the paint, and posting up. So they present a problem.
Andy, the intricacies, you're a defensive guy. San Antonio came out and took the basket in front of the Raptor bench, which meant you had your defense in front of you at the start of the game as opposed to the end of the game. People might not think that's a big deal, but how much of a difference does that make? You've got your defense in front of you, and all that help right at the start of the game.
Yeah, I thought maybe, that helped us a little bit early. We'd like to have it in the second half, but maybe that had something to do with us getting off to a good start defensively.
Yeah. When you look at that, does that carry over? How much does it carry over? Because you guys, it's a wire-to-wire win, and they're at one point, I think, in the third quarter, some of that was them, but you guys did hold them to like 5 of 20.
Yeah, they missed some shots they normally make. Right now, obviously, Green isn't shooting the ball like he normally does. But I thought we impacted their shots better than we have been recently. We getting up and challenging the ball. So if we can continue to do that, we have to do a better job defensively taking out the three. And I thought yesterday we did a good job challenging that, and we have to continue to do that.
Andy, obviously starts have been an issue for your team all season, but the reality is yesterday or last night you guys had a good start against the San Antonio Spurs. Beyond the bench and the defense being in front of you, what do you attribute that start to?
I thought we played with great pace on offense. The cutting was good, the passing was sharp. We pushed the ball in transition. So I thought our energy level was terrific last night, and that led to a good start for us.
Bucks coming to town now, you guys, another challenge, a younger team, a team that's a bit longer and more athletic than the Spurs. How do you guys prepare for a team that is kind of unpredictable in some senses?
Well, they bring other challenges. Their size at every position is, gives them a big advantage. So rebounding, once again, we're going to have to do a good job. We got to get back in transition. The Greek kid, you pronounce his name, Antetokounmpo, but he does a great job rebounding and pushing, attacking the basket. So we got to get back, loaded up to them. And then, Monroe's a handful in the post, so we're going to have to guard him well. And then O.J. Mayo's been in the league a long time. He's a great shooter. So as you mentioned, they present a number of different challenges for our team.
Andy, you saw them last year in the playoffs. You guys in Chicago, you had them down 3-0, and like everybody thought ready to squash them, and they won a couple. What is it about a young team like that? And I look at a team like the Orlando Magic kind of the same way. Young, up and coming, brash, they don't really care. What makes it so difficult to play against a team like that?
Well, you mentioned two teams, Orlando, who plays very good defense, and then Milwaukee last year was a terrific defensive team, and in fact the last 6 games they've been the second best defensive team in the league. So they're starting to turn up their defense, and that's what made them special last year. They're a good defensive team. They're long, they challenge shots. So I expect them to get better defensively throughout the year.
Yeah, does that how much of a premium does that put on your execution? Like you said, they're taking stuff away from you, and you're down a couple starters. How much more difficult does that make it?
Well, we want to score in transition. We got to get out, get shots before they get their defense set, and their length affects our shots. But our ball movement, if we can continue doing what we're doing without turning it over, I think our offense has been terrific the last few games. Just attacking off the dribble, attacking gaps, drawing 2-to-1, kicking it out, reversing it to the weak side, and then attacking again. So if we can continue to do that, that put pressure on the defense.
Where's that energy come from down 2 starters?
We have guys who've been in the league a long time. Kyle, DeMar. Right. They know what it takes to win, and hopefully we'll continue to get the effort that we did last night throughout the next few games and throughout the season. If we do that, we're hard to guard.
Andy, around the quarter pole of the season now, from a defensive perspective, how would you assess this team right now?
I think we've done a pretty good job defensively. The rebounding the last few games have been down. We have to clean that up. We have to do a better job taking out the three. We've allowed teams to shoot 26 threes and to shoot at a high rate. We have to get those numbers down. Other than that, I've been pretty happy with our defense. If we can continue to take the ball, and we're doing a good job not allowing people to attack and score in the paint. I think we're third in the league in that. So we take away the paint, do a better job taking away the three. I think our defense will be in good shape.